All right, Ring of Honor recently had their War of the Worlds event. I believe that was like last month. It was a 3-day event. So I decided to look back at last year's event. And the other night I watched night 2 of War of the Worlds. This was Wednesday, May 13th, 2015. So I don't know, Memorial Day's coming up. So I don't know, Ring of Honor usually have sales going on. So I highly recommend, if you don't have this DVD, definitely get it. Especially if you want to get into the Japanese wrestlers from New Japan, and I highly recommend this DVD because they're featured in a lot of the matches. So this took place at the ECW arena, so you got a hot crowd. The announcers are Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino, and in my opinion, they're the best announcers in wrestling today. They're a lot better than Josh Matthews and the Pope from TNA. And, compared to WWE, you could tell that they're really into the product. And, Steve Corino is really good. His commentating is really good. So, basically, War of the Worlds is like, a combined show with New Japan and Ring of Honor. This is night 2. Now, the best match on this DVD is Roderick Strong versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, his name wrong. That's no doubt the match of the night. Actually, during the match, Roderick Strong, is bleeding. He gets his head busted open, and that's kind of weird because now in wrestling you don't really see blood that much, especially in WWE. So that was pretty cool. The announcers were really into it. Kevin Kelly really got excited during this match, and he was really into it. So was Steve Corino. You could tell that they were really good. They're really fans of this business. So definitely check that out. When I think of Roderick Strong, I'm thinking about what a cool match this would be Roderick Strong against Kurt Angle. Now that Kurt Angle's no longer with TNA, that would be pretty much a good, Ring of Honor could book Kurt Angle for a couple of shows. That would be a cool match. We have Michael Elgin versus Kushida, Kyle O'Reilly versus Tetsuya Naito. A 4 corners match. You have Jushin Thunder Liger versus Mark Briscoe against Nakamura and Jay Lethal. Now, if you're watching NXT now and you're becoming a fan of Nakamura, I highly recommend checking out some of these Ring of Honor DVDs. The World, the Global Wars. To see him, before he got into NXT, especially if you can't get the Japanese, DVDs, and you want to check out some of his earlier matches. Then we have, Addiction, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian against Okada and Gato. When I look at when I'm looking at Ring of Honor DVDs and I'm seeing the matches, if I see Christopher Daniels and Frank Kazarian on that they have a match on, I definitely want to buy it because they're just really good wrestlers. And then for the Ring of Honor World Championship, we have Jay Briscoe against Bobby Fish. I'm a huge Bobby Fish fan, so that was one of the reasons why I bought the DVD. I remember when this match was being built up last year, I kind of knew that Bobby Fish wasn't going to win the title, but he was actually really over in the match because I was surprised the crowd was really behind Bobby Fish. When he came out, they started chanting "Next World Champ, Next World Champ," and I was really surprised that Jay Briscoe got booed. And but it was a really good match. It made you believe that Bobby Fish could have won the match. And then the main event was the Kingdom: Adam Cole, Michael Bennett, and Matt Taven against the Bullet Club, which was AJ Styles and the Young Bucks. It's a solid match. It starts off with like a typical 6-man tag team, and then all hell breaks loose. Everybody's hitting their finishers. Super kick party, with the Young Bucks. There's one cool part. If you're a fan of pro PWG, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, they have a group. They call themselves Mount Rushmore. I believe Kevin Steen was part of that group at one time. And there was one part when Adam Cole is in the ring with the Young Bucks, and he puts up the sign, and they had like a moment, and even the announcers mentioned about them being a team in PWG. Then AJ Styles comes in, and then they attack Adam Cole and all that. It's a typical Young Bucks match. Again, they do a rematch at Best in the World. I saw that live. It was in New York, and it's pretty much the same match. Super kicks, high spots, Adam Cole getting all everybody's moves. He takes everybody's moves and stuff like that. It was a typical match, but it was definitely a good card. And I look at AJ Styles, and he was at the time when this was taped, he was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And I'm looking at now, I'm like, how is he going to be booked in WWE? Is he going to be, part of the main event, or is he going to be a mid card? Just kind of like, I'm a big fan of AJ Styles. I'm kind of worried about how he'll be used, in that company. When he, in New Japan, he was like the big dog, you would say. He was in the main events, especially Ring of Honor. When he was being those shows, he would, be in the top matches. So this is the cover right here. We got the back cover right here. This is the matches. I love the Ring of Honor's DVD covers. They're pretty cool. I have all the wrestlers on there. You open it up. You have the typical advertising of showing the merchandise, becoming a ringside member. You get 15% off merchandise, and then advertising the former talent that they had. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Tyler Black. Bonus features on here. You have footage of the autograph signing, which is not really much. It's only maybe 2 minutes of footage. We have Jay Diesel versus mystery opponent. Jay Briscoe and Bobby Fish pre-match preparations, which is pretty cool. You see them before entering the building. And then you have the post-show recap with Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino. Again, if you are trying to add to your Ring of Honor collection, highly recommend this DVD. You get entertained by it, and it's pretty cool. Again, you could get Night 1 too.